has up. So these are topics we completed: basic Python, EDA, NumPy, all those things. So now I'll introduce the first one. We'll work on some loops and if else, and after that we can go to SQL and we connect with business as well. Very interesting. And we do one practical, how to work with raw data. We'll work with clean data, right guys? But how to work with raw data, I'll introduce later. So these are the projects we have, and I please work on it. And today I want to give you a pandas information, NIT, and 19th. Where did I see born? 1 second. Okay. No problem. I'll share this pandas after the class, or maybe tomorrow I'll share. So we will work with, let's start working on conditional statement. Open it, and shall we continue, guys? Offline team. Okay. 1 moment. I'll share this file as well. Okay. So iris dataset. 1 moment. We'll start, man. Alina, we'll start after basic Python code I shared to you guys. All right. See, statistics, you need to know R square, adjusted R squares, then we go for it. Machine learning, don't worry. Let's try to first, I will explain the concept, then you will work. All right. So how many part we have? This is what we talk about this one, CPU. We have control unit, we have memory unit, we have arithmetic logic unit. So what is memory units does, when we store any variable in the locations, it call the variable, it fetch the variable and give you the value. Am I correct? Just sharing your screen. Yep. So memory unit we done arithmetic. What is arithmetic? Plus, minus, all those things we done. But logic is very important. Please focus on the class, guys. There's a 4 things. There's a special keyword. So Python has 35 to 36 keywords. As I keep on says, every programming has few keywords. When you complete all these keywords, your programming is completed. Let's go ahead and understand one by. So here, if else, if else, nested if. So I told you to install PyCharm, right guys? I told you to install PyCharm. Let's work this. I'll already explain you once. Let's do it to another time. If true, print data science. If false, buy for now. But when you say if true, I got two output, data science and buy for now. Okay. We already, let's do one program as if a number divided by 2, or then the remainder is 0, then it is even number. Isn't it? What is odd number? The remainder is 1. I mean, it is a not divisible by 2, which is, I hope you know even number and odd number. Next, try this. Little bit increase the brightness and then just close it. Try now. See this logic, x equal to 4, x mod 2, if remainder equal to 0, print even number. Pretty clear or not? This part is done. I mean to say, by default, how many spaces? 4 spaces. By default, 4 spaces. Yep. Now let's try this. X equal to 5, x mod 2, we don't get any because this condition, when 5 mod 2, remainder is 1. But here we don't have any code next line. Do we have any code? Do I have any line? No, that's why it not give you, it not throw you the error, but the execution stopped. It looked for next line. My user didn't write any next line. The execution stopped there, correct? So that's why what we do now, no output. So if you say, just execute this one, we got odd number. Pretty clear? This is perfect or not? Again, it lost, it seems. Wait. So here, guys, when I change to 4, what should be? I should get output even number or not? But I got output as both, which is error, which is error. So that's why x equal to 5 and you check. Are we learned if or not? So the first concept is if. Very much clear? Very much clear? Now, do we face some problems when we go with if? We face some issue when we work with only if. To remove the issue, let's work on next concepts. Here, just try this. So these are issue or not? Even number, odd number. Actually, 8 is an even number, not an odd number. So that's why we can use it as else. Just go ahead and execute. This is odd number. When you try to 6, this is even number. Now the problem solved or not? Now the problem solved. If, else. Concept clear? Okay. Now try this. What is output, guys? Odd number. So how many part we done? If and else. Concept. Next one. I can also, rather I used if else, I can also write like this. X equal to 9, R equal to X mod 2. If remainder is 0, then print even number. If remainder is 1, print odd number or not. Just go and execute. So if X equal to 8 and also, but the two code, if you refer to this code and if you refer to this code, both code is working fine or not? Both code is working fine. But reality, remember, never ever write code with multiple if. Understand what I'm trying to say? Never ever write with multiple if. But the question is why? But the question is why? Just follow that. So what I'm going to do, I'll copy and I'll go ahead my PyCharm. Just refer to the PyCharm. We built many projects, speech recognitions, all those things. And here for core Python programming, I just try to test1.py. So I'll remove it. Just try. The first thing, listen to me. So in PyCharm, right click and run test. Even number or not? X equal to 9, right click, odd number. So I want to explain how the memory understand one by one. Let's keep my pointer here. Okay. Right click and debug. So what exactly I'll do? Debug test 1. And after that, you type F8. You type F8. Let's go ahead to the F8. So when you type F8, first internal memory X stored, what is the value? 9. Then F8, it checked the conditions. 9 mod 2, R reminder is 1. Pretty clear or not? Next F8, it's check here. R equal to 0? No. Then again, it check here. R equal to 1? F8. Then print odd number. Concept clear? Concept clear or not? So if I, online team, are you understood everyone? Next, let's try this. I'll write if R equal to 2, then print. Again, I said even number. And if, okay, I would say R equal to 3, print, I say odd number. So how many if I written? 4. But my questions, let's say X equal to 4. X equal to 4. Just execute this and right click and debug test 1. So when you do debug test 1, F8, X equal to 4 or not? F8, 4 mod 2 equal to, remainder is 0. If R equal to 0, print even number. Then my code should be stop here. My code should be, because I got my output. Actually, the moment when you write multiple leaf, the code not stop there, guys. It will check every blocks. Again, F8. Do you see check R equal to 1? That means required or not required? Not required. Again, F8. Again, F8. Again, F8. We got output. So guys, how many of them clear? Raise your hands, guys. How many of them understand? So what exactly happening here? The moment when you write multiple time if, unnecessary, it check every conditions. Now, if you write 100 times if, which is not required, so still it's checking all these conditions or not. So that's why in organizations, this is ignorable. You don't write this one. Concept clear, guys? But now the same thing, if I just remove it now, let's do this. Instead of if, I can write elif. Instead of if, I can write elif. Just click that, right click and debug test. Now F8, x equal to 4. What is reminder? 0. Internal memory understand step by step. And then F8, print even number, execute. Does it called here? Online team, does this called? No, right guys? Concept clear? So now if I changed if, right click, debug again, F8, 0, print even number, it come back to 1. If you write 2, it go to 2. If you write 3, it goes to 3. It's keep doing. So extra memory space is created or not? Extra memory space created. So we don't want that memory space. So that's why never ever write with if. But the moment when you say elif, check this, right click. If I would say x equal to 5 now, right click and debug test, stop and rerun. F8, reminder is 1. All right. Do you think it will come here? It will go directly. It go directly. It skip this block. We don't waste memory space. So the program execution is very faster. Program execution is, what happen if the program execution is very faster? When we log into Amazon.com, the user is very faster behavior or not? Immediately you hit enter, I got my product. So that's the code optimizations anyway. So guys, understand if. Even though when you write else, try this. Right click, debug test. Oops, just close it here. Which file I open? Close this. Now, right click and stop and rerun. Okay, wait. I think let's close, terminate and close again. I have to open another one. So team, are you getting my point? What exactly mean by, so I think Python checks each line and time is wasted. So exactly, that's right. Now the one who not understand, but better file, save all and do it again. Just right click and debug test. What threads? I mean, even though it will check every, it will check every line, guys. It will check every line, even though not required. Even though I don't know how many of them clear. If you clear, it's so good. If you're not clear, please understand. All right. And for that's why we can go for if elif or if else. Just and I'll close it. Exit. Who's talking, guys? See, I will tell you, let me finish, then we'll work. Tomorrow also we continue this. Tomorrow also we continue this. Okay. Next one. So we don't go to if. I hope you clear, guys, this one. Now, if my question, rather than r equal to 1, can we say r not equal to 0 also? Yes or no, guys? So rather than I can say r equal to 0, print even number, r equal to 1, print odd number. So rather than r equal to 1, I can also write a logic if remainder is equal to 0, even number, not equal to 0, odd number. So that's what. If you observe the code, it's too many line because many of the coder always they wanted to reduce the code length, which is very good practice. Instead of two if, here instead of two if, I can use if else block. Understand, guys? Instead of multiple if, we will use if else. Let's try this. So I already told you this, you guys know it. Two conditions, then we apply nested if. So what is conditions? Number is divisible by 2, then it is even number. Now try this. Nested if, this is, look at this, if and else, this is one suit, and this if is available inside the if block or not? We will work tomorrow. We'll work this tomorrow. Are you clear? So today we have some voice issues, all those things. Online team. So yesterday, what are the topics we done? We just work with joint plot and histogram, and then we work with subplots, isn't it? So we done all those things, guys. So let me join plot and histogram, and then subplot. Anything else, guys? And also, how do we change with type to reg plot, hexagonal plot, hex plot, all right, and all those things we hex plot we done, and also KD plot we plot. You can try this. So we're just working on and how the real-time industry works. We haven't completed yesterday, and we discussed with some of the use case. We discussed some of, good evening, guys, some of the use case, and we working on the solution part. We're talking, guys. We're working on solution part. All right. So these things we done. Okay. So no problem. Let's SQL also we introduce tomorrow, or maybe once I complete the basic Python, we're gonna go ahead and work on it. Just see this, guys. What is difference between normal and uniform? Which one we need to follow? Normal or uniform? Normal distributions we need to follow. Okay. Except it's showing expected one positional argument. Very good. That means Juhaib, I think you need to add one parameters. Do shift tab and add one parameters. Mention data equals to stats or data equals to movie. Can you try that? It might work. Okay, Juhaib, try this. If not, ask to the mentor. No problem. Just go ahead and try it now. Let's open the same file. I'll give you another project, and if time allows, we start work on conditional statement and we complete that. So we just go ahead and work. Okay. Next one. Minimize. Then go to the point. So I think yesterday we talked about subplots, right, guys? Do you see these subplots we done? 1, 3, 3 means what? 3 rows and 3 columns. Subplot, pair plot, facet grid. I'll explain to you. So what was the discussions we going on yesterday? We are a data analyst. We give suggestions to our manager, and he will give to the client, isn't it? So that's the discussions. And so far we explain these graphs to the client's discussions, guys. All right. And once we understood these graphs, so let's say plt.subplot, one row and two columns. This is one row and see what exactly the best way, rather than we show the client one graph, if I show multiple graph, his understanding is more accurate, isn't it? His understanding is more accurate. When we watch IPL, when we watch stock market, would you see multiple graph in one dashboard or not? So that's why the understand is more accurate. Now let's go ahead. You can try this box plot, movies, shift tab. You see this. See, these are the parameters, right? I will tell you what is positional argument and what is formal argument, and how many type of formal argument. I'll explain all the things in functions. Okay, just go here and try. Would you see in genre, this is historical data or not? This is historical data. We apply movies, genre, critics rating. So audience rating we understood, critics rating we understood. Can you tell me which genre has highest critics rating? Which genre has highest critics rating, guys? 1 second. Let me reduce this. Now can you answer this? Which genre has highest critics rating, guys? I think, again, I have to little reduce. Now answer this. Which genre has the highest critics rating? Let's respond. Let's see. Comedy, thriller. Which one, guys? I told you how to recognize the graph. Prabhu, which genre has the highest critics rating? Which one? Do you see? You can say this two. This two has highest drama and comedy. But what is thriller? No, thriller is not. Thriller is less than this two highest, guys, right? And then which genre has highest average critics rating? Which one? Thriller now, right? Because this is average line, this is highest line. Which genre has lowest critics rating? Horror and horror movie. Yeah, this is one. Which has lowest average? This line. Clear? Now, the same graph, I can represent in violin plot. Do you see? Just change the code. SNS. See, these things cannot work in PLT. So that's why matplotlib is limited. When we work with data analysis projects, we must need to work with Seaborn. This Seaborn is very good. So the same graph we represent in violin plot, but whatever these medians or average points we have, we get the point like this, guys. That's it. So it's look like a violin or not? It's look like a violin plot. This is called violin plot. And same code SNS. If I change to PLT, definitely you got error, because violin plot, you won't unargumented. So here you need to pass SNS, it will work. Understand? Yep. Next, box plot. See here, in this diagram, we created a box plot for each and every category movie. But in this code, I try to find out one specific year. So what exactly? Let's try data movie, drama. This is a historical data or not? 2007-8. Can you tell me if you see this graph? Now what is, look at the code. For movies, drama. Do you see we learn filter in pandas or not? In previous code, internet uses less than 2 and birth rate greater than 40. Are we get filtered this one? So same concepts we apply here. X-axis year, Y-axis audience rating. So we get only drama category movie. So 2007, 8, 9, 5 years historical data. And which year we got outlier? 2010 we got outlier. Understand? So that means you have to explain to the client. Boss, look at your data, the data which you give it to me. When I visualize, this is what my graph speaks. This is the way you need to talk. This is what is the graph speaks. If you see most audience on 2007, they love to watch your drama movies or not. And 2008, they reduced. Now, when you speak, the guy who produced the movie, he can sense it. When you construct the house, you know, right? How the work constructed. The same way, when this guy produced movie, he must have understand. And if you see, so he can figure out, can we plot every category movie now in the code? You copy the same code, just change these variables and you can get the graphs of box plot. Now the next one. So finally, today I want to introduce facet grid. So just go here and facet grid. So this is multivariate analysis graph or not? Facet grid is multivariate analysis graph. This is called facet grid. Now, in this facet grid, movies, shift tab, we have data, right? Movies, row genre, just go to my Excel sheet. I will 19th. Let me open, because whenever we work any graphs, being a beginner, please work with Excel sheets and then start work, guys. So in this code, just go to the code. Many of the student not understand the graph because you didn't open the Excel sheets and blindly see the code and work. Am I correct? That's the only one reason. Still offline team, you've been here, but still not listen the classes. You just focus on typing. So check this row genre. Now I'll go to my Excel sheet and just apply a filter. So this is genre. How many genres we have? 7 or not? Action 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. And then column year. How many year we have? 5 year. How do I know? Just go to 2007 to 11. So the moment when you say hue genre, and it will give you 35 plots, guys. 7 into 5. Understand, guys? What will it give you? 35 plots. Initialize matplotlib figure and facet grid objects. I mean to say, see, action movie 2007, 2008, 2009, 2010, 2011. So the project means we are a developer convinced my client. Then only the money released. Very much clear. In interview, what is meant by interview? I convinced him with my answer. Then only my first round will clear. Your first round will clear, isn't it? So this is what the world. When I convinced to someone, I'm a good guy. If you're not convinced to someone, you're not a good guy. That's why your resume is deselected. Correct or not? So that's what. So facet grid means if I explain this graph right now, all the plots are empty or not? All the plots are empty because I just plot the multi-plot analysis here. Now, can we do scatter plot? What kind of correlation is this? Positive correlation, because critics rating and audience rating both are positive correlated. My question, how do I, mosquito is very danger, man. Okay. So when you see this, I want to map these graphs, each and every plot. The question is, how do I map these graph on here? There is a function called mapping. There is a function called map. Dot map. Refer to this one. And here, are you done this, guys? Now see, I want to add two code together. This is the facet grid line or not? Understand, team? This is facet grid line, and g dot map. We create a variable g, SNS. We created 35 empty graphs, guys. Now g dot map scatter plot and just hit. Do you see this, guys? We got some very good responses over here. I want to reduce my graph. Check this. So how many movies we have? So online team, are you understand? Action movies ranging from 2007 to 2011. Then adventure movie ranging from 2007 to 2011. Everything. My questions to you, do you see the graph points are more dense here? That means in 2007, most audience likely to watch action movies or not? This is my suggestion. This is what, what we say, understanding. And what about this now? Can you understand? And all these graphs are positive correlation. Do you see this, guys? All these graphs are positive correlations. And 2000 adventure movie, can we consider it for a suggestions? No, right? Because very less people are watch. So now I can, what exactly I have? I have 7 category movies, guys. Out of 7 category movies, action movies, as per historical data, more number of audiences are likely to watch action categories movies. So we can suggest, because what is client requirement? I have some budget, I have to produce the movie. Understand? So we need to go for suggestion. Yes. What about next one movie is adventure? Can you say, please release adventure movie to the client? Yes or no? No. Why? Because in historical data only there is a less dense. So you cannot suggest to him, guys. So that's why the next one is adventure. We not recommend him to go for it. Go for adventure categories. Next one, can we go for comedy? Yes or no? Yes, we can go for comedy now. Yes. And then what is next? Drama categories? Yes, because the dense is more here. Drama. And then what exactly horror movies? Now let's try horror movie also. Yes, guys. Then next one here, romance. Can we go for it? No. Just go ahead and, because we not suggested to the client, because less uh, audiences watch these movies, so you cannot recommend your client to release this type of movies, guys. So that's why we don't go for it. And thriller, no. So just no, and thriller, no. So out of 7 category, now when you explain to the client, he would be satisfied or not? So how many part we finalized up to this? Action 1, and so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's it. So action, yes. Adventure, no, guys. This is not. I'm sorry. So here, the student who joined late definitely not understand. Action, yes. We go for yes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I'm suggesting to my client, as for the facet grade graph, if you're referring, I make all historical graph in one slide, and I would suggest to produce your movie on action category or comedy category or horror category or anything else, guys, drama category. By up to this, when you explain, he blindly follow you guys. He said, no, give me finalized one. Give me final one. Understand? Now what do you do? End of the day, money speaks in the world or not? So just go back to the budget part. So the same part, if you do, refer to this code, and here, check this. Facet grid, now I map which part? Budget millions or not? So every movie budgets, just go and check now. And if you can find out, just you get a map here. We get a map here. Just wait. It will take some more time because, okay, do you see this, guys? I mean, which category has most highlighted, action or not? I mean, budget also we spend more and we get good response. And finally, we can come to conclusion that, so you can happily inform that, boss, you can go ahead with action categories movies. So you never get loss. Because in history, okay, we have good responses on audience. I mean, which category of movies, guys? Action categories, movies. Guys, are you clear or not? So what is main reason behind to explanations of this graph? In the world, if we talk about Power BI, if we talk about Tableau, SAP BO, we have many more tools and techniques we have or not. So these tools and techniques they all talk about graphs itself. And for raw data, the Tableau Power BI cannot handle. For raw data, Tableau Power BI cannot understand, guys. So that's the reason we go for Python. We clean the graph and visualize it. We clean the graph and visualize it. Guys, are you clear? Online team, understand? I got it. How data scientists can predict futures. Very good. Team, understand? Can we go to the next topic? Guys, when you're here, maybe some of them I don't comment. So far 7 tasks in one visualizations, one window. Let's close this. And iris dataset, I'll mention. See, this is what we can go for it. I'll mention all the part like joint plot we covered. My question today, the movie rating analysis joint plot gives different informations or not? But now the graphs are different. Every Excel sheets graphs will different. Understand? You do not raise a point in that code, the graph got positive, and here why not got positive? It behaves on the data point. So one graph is not equal with another business. See what I'm trying to say, the technique which we're learning here, the data analyst technique, whatever learned here, concept is same everywhere. What is concepts? Univariate, bivariate, data cleaning. But only business is different. Understand? Business is different. Attribute is different. Attribute is different. Problem statement is different. But EDA technique, it's same. Transformer. How many transformers you know, guys? Anyone? What are the transformers I explain? What are those? One hot encoder, label encoder, and dummy variable. 3 type of transformers, guys. These concepts you will apply on these domains. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? What I'm saying, Python operators same, but operands are different. Operators are same, operands are different. EDA techniques, statistics, algorithm is same, but business is different. Today you're working in banking industry, tomorrow you'll work in healthcare industry. So these learnings is very important. Okay, and make a proper. So this data sets I'll give to you. And here, such a beautiful, this is joint plot. I will write each and every facet grid plot. Do you see how I got the facet grid now? Because in this facet grid, I have 3 spaces. So that's why I got 3. If I get 15, I got 15. Clear? Understand? Now the next one, what is box plot, whisker plot? I'll mention this one. And then stripe plot. And then combining box and stripe plots. This is more advanced. This is more advanced. If I explain each and every plot, you will also get bored, isn't it? I mean to say, this is not a big things, guys. See, I give you matplotlib or not, GCF, GCA, get current access is using every projects. That's right, Santosh. EDA, graphs. Even though you build machine learning model, graphs are important because we need to check the correlation. We need to check the correlation. So now guys, I will share this to you. It's up to you. See, whether you work or not work, it's up to you. But here, the reason why I'm giving you, see, the projects which I'll give it to you, hardly if you spend every day 2 hours, you'll complete all the projects. Understand? You promised me that for the every day you have to spend 3 to 4 hours, and you guys are doing, and that's why you attend the classes, right? So guys, let me tell you, would you complete Iris dataset? So far, 10 projects and 2 capstone projects on Resume. Now, there's a lot of things I just want to tune your brain, guys. What is meant by that? I'll explain later, not right now. So far, what are the topics we covered? The first one, basic Python, we are completed. All right. And then EDA, we are completed. And then NumPy, NumPy we never done. So NumPy understanding we completed. So there is some PDF I shared, right? So once you've done this, you know the functionality of NumPy we done. Then pandas. I will share you some coding questions for interview preparations. My main aim is to prepare from the day one rather than at last. In every institutes, what they do, they will complete the class, they will share the file at last, prepare. Understand? But I'm not here to do that. I'm here to prepare and apply within the 6 months itself. Now, this is pandas also. We understand and we work. We completed multiple projects. And in 27th or 1 month, we done a long journey, guys. Then PLT, Matplotlib, are we done or not? I'll share you one code file to practice. This also we completed. Then what else? Seaborn. Today I completed one code for Seaborn and I assigned one file for practice. Lot of practicals, guys. So these many topics are we completed so far. Basically, if I complete SQL plus Tableau plus Power BI, then you can eligible for data analysis job role and business analysis job role. Are you clear? So you can apply data analyst in banking and healthcare and sports and various industry. Now let's go ahead and I'll open my LinkedIn now and then go to the job sector and I'll apply data analyst for pressure, just shoot. Now here, trainee, junior, data analyst, remote, refer this. Maybe most of them people, this guy is working remote and 51 to 200 and then refer what exactly they want, SQL, Power BI. Are they asking this? Hello guys, are you there? Are the people are asking it or not? So we covered, EDA we covered, pandas we covered, Python we working on, Power BI Tableau, I'll explain you later. SQL will go for later. Knowledge on cloud, Azure, I'll speak you later. But so see, whatever topics we're covering, I'll show you what is the job role in data analyst. You don't know, right? What is job role? An interview, what have you done in the project? See, some of them has 8-year career gap. So you never work, you apply, get some fake experience from outside and you go to the market, isn't it? So they will ask, can you explain your job?